With AI, and you touched on it, and I'm sure top of everyone's mind. Do you think that is helping creativity or killing originality? What are your thoughts around the use of AI and how beneficial it actually is for sort of that real marketing, the almost that personal brand? How do you think that helps?
Well, I'm in two minds, to be honest. I think on one sense, it's incredible for
Mm.
creativity and it's great for brainstorming. It's great for formatting. But on another sense, it's killing creativity because even when you're brainstorming on LinkedIn, say if you type into ChatGPT, can you brainstorm me ideas on this topic?
Mm.
It's going to give you the exact same ideas that it's give to someone else who's asked it the same question.
Yeah.
So then when they're getting ChatGPT to write their content too, even if you say like write this in my tone, it's writing it in a similar tone to other people, and you can tell and you can see it's very easy for me to see who's used ChatGPT to write their content because all you have to do is look at the way they've formatted it. I can't remember the name of that line. You know, that line that people use that's extremely long? People use it when they're writing a book, but no one ever used to use that line before. Now, like that
What
in
line
every
is
book.
that? Which line is that? When they write a book, what the sort of the prologue?
What's it called? You know that long line that on your keyboard? You know, on your keyboard, you've got like the little dash and then you've
Uh,
got,
yeah, like a hyphen, the hyphen.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So when you said long line, I thought I thought you meant like eloquently. I thought we were actually writing something. No, the
No.
long line. I would say it's a short line, but we'll call it a hyphen.
Yeah, okay. So more people use that now. And the reason they use that is because ChatGPT uses it. I never saw anyone using that before. And now
No,
I see it all the time.
and I guess as well the use of emojis, right? I see so
Yeah,
many
there's certain
emojis in
emojis that
stuff.
ChatGPT loves. There's certain words that ChatGPT loves as well. And the more you scroll and the more you read and the more you use ChatGPT as well, the easier it is to see whose posts have been written, whose have been just ChatGPT'd. But also, a lot of people are using them to write their comments, and it's
Right.
comments are
Okay.
terrible.
That's awful. Yeah. I mean, like when we started, working together on things, and you sort of advising me on sort of LinkedIn content, that if I go back now and look sort of 12 months, 18 months ago of some of the things that I did, gosh, yeah, almost copy and paste from that initial
Mm.
thought and idea. And I've always tried to be a bit different and not like the same, but what you touched on there originally, and I hadn't even thought about it till you've just mentioned it now, is that, yeah, if I write a prompt now saying I want to say X about X, and you say I want to write X about X, chances are we're going to get a similar thing. So then that really does kill any individuality of my who I am or what I do. And then I guess the problem is it's fine, and you probably get some good content for the first version, but the second version, the third version is even less like me and even less like me because it's someone else's prompt and it's someone else's thing.
Yeah.
I've never really even sort of thought about that. So that's really interesting actually. And yeah, I totally know what you mean about some of the comments. I see them on mine, I got some really amazing engagement from people and some really insightful things. And
Yeah.
then I've also got the people who have clearly just gone, read this text, give them an answer because I want to push my algorithm up and stuff. But I wonder if LinkedIn starts to see that, starts to read this. It must, right? Because otherwise it's going to be computers writing content for computers to write and comment on the computers, right? And actually all the people, no one's actually looking at the content at all.
This is it. So I think what we're seeing at the minute is this AI generated content being pushed quite a bit on LinkedIn because LinkedIn likes that type of formatting.
Yeah.
But I think over the next year or so, I think that content's actually not going to be pushed as much because I think LinkedIn is going to start seeing that people prefer seeing content that's written by people. You know, when everyone's writing the same stuff, it just gets boring and people are less likely to go on there and engage. People who aren't just on there to grab a platform and people who are just on there genuinely to read
Mm.
content. No one wants to read the same post over and over again.
No, And I think we saw this back in the early days of the web. So I remember when I first started making websites, and you'd almost make a blank page just full of keywords,
Yeah.
like invisible white text on white page keywords, and then Google just sees this. So I guess we're in the early hack of the kind of social media, and it's working. But whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, the guys at all of the social media platforms are
Mhm.
going to be looking at this and demo, pushing down that content that's clearly the other thing that's not AI. Well, maybe there is some AI, is the use of video content on
Mhm.
LinkedIn. I've started to see more of that. Do you think that's something that we're going to see more of? Is it moving to more of a social media in that respect, that it's going to be timelines and things like that? Or what
Yeah. So I've been we see a lot of people are saying LinkedIn's turned into the new Facebook
yes.
because more people are sharing personal stories and stuff on there, and it's less of a professional platform. I think they're trying to make it more Instagrammer, where you've got like so you've got your text post, but also you've got video content. I'm not too sure how many people actually watch video content on LinkedIn. Now, I love the, LinkedIn posts where you've got the video clips of podcasts and those types of videos where you're actually getting something from it. I don't think we're going to see, I think people have tried to do it, but I don't think we're
Yeah.
going to see like the days in your live sort of content and the sort of content that you'd see on TikTok. I don't think that's coming. I think it's going to be more like video content, but more informational
Yeah.
based, professional, more entertaining sort of video content, if that makes sense. But it has been pushed a lot over the past couple of years, and I've dabbled in it a little bit. I posted the odd video, and I have found that the video content tends to get way more impressions, way more engagement than text posts. I just personally prefer text posts on LinkedIn, and that's why I tend to
Same.
stick with them, because sometimes it is better to stick with what you like. Whether I'll have to change that strategy over the next few years is a different story, because we are definitely seeing a rise in video content.
Yeah, definitely. And look, I'm sure as heck we're gonna cut some of this up, and some of this will be shared on LinkedIn. So maybe we can come back
Yeah.
and do a bit of a deep dive into what was the engagement of this content across it. But yeah, I think you're right. I'm just thinking anecdotally, when I look at LinkedIn, I think I read stories more on it than I
Mhm.
do. I mean, like your Stephen Bartlett's and stuff, when they cut down maybe like a 15-minute little
Mhm.
chat, I'd probably watch that and some of the key players. But yeah, I certainly probably wouldn't watch the walking to work with the coffee telling me about an inspirational quote sort of video. Yeah, definitely. And I think that's where that's Instagram and TikTok. Maybe those platforms are where it's at, and maybe that's where people do business in the future. But yeah, who knows? Or maybe it's something that we don't even know about, and it's the next LinkedIn, and we're all trying to sort of solve a problem within LinkedIn that actually, it's X. I'm not X. It's Z in a few weeks' time. Oh yeah, no, thank you. That's really interesting. Definitely something I'm always thinking about around the kind of advent of new tech and where that social would go. So you've worked across transformation, digital innovation projects. What's the most surprising or thing that stands out about how businesses actually deal with change, accept change, or work within that change space?